Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day. Thanks for joining me. Now I'm so excited I get to share with you the August 2018 product kit from Club La La Land Crafts. Your kits will come arrived in the fantastic golden envelope. Always happy to see that envelope when it arrives in the mail. And then this is the product kit. Now Club La La Land Crafts has 3 kits available. They're kit subscriptions. Now this is kind of like the Mac Daddy, which means you get all of it. You get 2 stamp sets and then coordinating theme dies. This month you get 5 dies. And then the stamp sets are Happy Camper Marcy and Happy Trails. They're red rubber stamps. Quality, they stamp beautifully. They have protected backing on the reverse side, so you just want to remove that. And then you're ready for stamping. I want to show you what they look like. So I'm going to grab my stamp platform and a piece of white cardstock, and we're going to ink up our stamp with some Memento Tuxedo Black ink. We're going to start off by stamping Happy Camper Marcy. She comes with 2 sentiments, and if you're new and love Copic Coloring or any kind of alcohol marker coloring or any medium actually really, she is so easy to color in because she is on the full size. The cardstock that I'm using is actually 4 1/4 inches by 5 1/2. So you could actually see the size against a standard card size base. This next stamp is called Happy Trails. Love the cute little critters in there. Okay, we're going to gather everything and I'm going to show you each one of the little stamp sets. Okay, like I said, Happy Camper Marcy comes with 2 sentiments. I love you s'more and you make me a happy camper, which is fun. And I love the little dies that come with this month's kit. We actually had just came back from a camping trip, and so this is not only great for card making but scrapbooking also. I like the little "Do Not Feed the Bears" and "I Moose You So Much." It was so cute. Happy Trails, a lot of fun sentiments. Now I like to take my scissors and trim down the sentiments from my images. It just makes them easier for me to first stamping, but you don't have to do that. But they do cut beautifully. Now these are your dies this month. They are so sweet. The detail in them is very nice. It has stitched lines, and this one is a little camper, which is adorable. The windows actually open up and so does the door, so it makes a great little interactive element. This is your little s'more twig. So cute. And then you get your little marshmallow. Now you can actually separate your dies, but I chose to keep them together only because I have a tendency to lose them. And then this is your little campfire. This is your little firewood. It has detail on there also. And then this is the flames that go with your little campfire. So those are your coordinating theme dies this month, which are so fun. Okay, so we're going to set these aside, and then we're going to make a project. Today's project, I'm going to use the Happy Trails stamp set. And I actually did, at the end, you'll see another project I made with the Happy Camper Marcy. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that later on. But I did leave the coloring in. And the cap's out for you guys. But I also leave the colors that I used in the description area below. And also over on my blog in case you're interested. But we're going to start off by stamping the sentiment. This is "I Moose You So Much." The moose and the little raccoon. I'm going to ink them up with some Memento Tuxedo Black ink. It's a Copic friendly ink. And then we are going to get to coloring. Now I did leave all the coloring in. I did speed it up quite a bit. But I'm going to play a little bit of music while I color. And I will catch you back as soon as the coloring's finished. Okay, my coloring is all finished. The little raccoon gave me a little bit of a problem. I wasn't sure. I wanted to put little stripes on his face, but it didn't end up happening. But he still turned out cute. But I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to fussy cut around my elements and trim down my sentiment. Now we're going to set those aside and work on our background. Now I'm going to grab this stamp set from La La Land Crafts. This is called the Wood Planks, and it's a beautiful wood grain background. I like the fact that it's on this really heavy plastic for storage too, which makes it great. Links for this will be in the description area in case you like this background stamp. But I'm just stamping it using some rich cocoa ink from Memento on a piece of white cardstock. Once we have that done, I'm going to trim it down a 1/4 inch. The cardstock that I'm using is 5.5 inches by 4 1/4, so I want a little bit of a white border around my card base, and so I'm just going to take a 1/4 inch off here. Now I want to create a window in this background, so to do that I'm going to be using some La La Land Crafts dies. These are nested frame small dies, and I'm going to cut out a real pretty window in this background. And we'll save that centerpiece for another project in the future, but I just wanted that little frame. Okay, now I'm going to take another piece of white cardstock and we're going to do some ink blending using some Distress Oxide inks. I want to create kind of like a soft sky background, so I'm using some tumbled glass Distress Oxide, and I'm just going over the top of my panel. This panel here is my mind went blank. It is Strathmore Bristol Smooth. Sorry, boy. I think I need some more copy. But for the bottom area, I'm going to use some Twisted Citron Distress Oxide ink, and I wanted a more defined, like a hill, so I'm taking some Post-it tape, and I'm going to just use my scissors to trim out a curve. I'm going to trim down a little bit more because I'm going to use the positive and the negative. But I'm going to place that just above my green area and then do a little bit more darker shading with my tumbled glass. And then I'll take the negative piece of my Post-it tape and place it right over the top portion of the mask that I just used, and then I'll remove that bottom portion. And the ink was still a little wet, so my Post-it tape wasn't sticking too well, but it still worked out in the end. So underneath I'm going to go add some more Twisted Citron. This way I have a real defined hill. But I love those two colors. I think it's nice and soft. Okay, now I'm going to take some water and add some water droplets just to give this a little bit of texture. I'll take a paper towel and just wipe off any excess of those drops. And I think that's going to create a real fun background. Now I'm going to take the next size smaller of the nested frame small dies that I used and create a panel with that. I'm also going to take the little Campfire die, and then also I'm going to cut out quite a few of the little s'more sticks and the marshmallows. I wasn't sure how many I was going to use for this card. I only ended up using 2. But it's nice to have extras. So there's my inside panel. And then I actually added Post-it tape behind here because I want to do some coloring, and when I add Post-it tape to the reverse side, it just helps keep those smaller images inside my cardstock here. But I'm just going to do a little bit more coloring using my Copic markers, and again I left the coloring out. Pretty simple and basic coloring. But I did want to tell you while I color, at the end I make another card using the Happy Camper Marcy. Now if you are a Club Kit subscriber, at the very bottom of the cover sheet that comes with your kit, there is a link, and in that link if you click on it, there are tons of video tutorials with the August 2018 product kit. Now they're downloadable, which is fantastic, and they're detailed step-by-step tutorials. So that's a little added bonus if you are a subscriber. But I just colored in my images, and I just punched them out of the cardstock there, and you can see I did 2 marshmallows, 2 twigs, and then my little campfire. Now, off screen I added foam tape behind all of my elements, including my frame. So I'm just going to remove the release paper and place that on an A2 size card base. This is going to go right in the center. Give it my card a little bit of dimension. Now, of course, I like dimension on my cards, but I know if you guys are not a fan of dimension, I think this card would look great even without all the foam tape. But I just added my frame in the center. Now we're going to go ahead and add the sentiment. And I want to trim it down just a little bit. I'm trimming down about 1/4 inch off, so that way it just covers my wood grain pattern paper that we stamped. That's going to go towards the bottom. I'm going to straighten it up. Lovely. Now I'm going to kind of arrange my scene how I'm going to want it. Now I actually added some foam tape behind my little campfire, so I'm removing it, and I think I'm going to just glue it directly to my background panel. I'm just going to arrange my moose and my raccoon where I think they'll look the cutest, and then I'll go ahead and add my campfire. Okay, we'll remove the release paper off of our raccoon and stick him down to our card base, and we'll do the same thing with our little moose. It was such a cute little skinny moose. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and attach my marshmallows to my little twigs, just using some glue. And then I'm going to take a very small piece of foam tape and place it right behind my marshmallow. Both of them. And then I'll just use my glue, and at the end of my twig I'll add some glue, and then place them in the hands of our cute little camping critters. This was such a fun card, and I really think this is going to be the cutest little ever scrapbook layout. Okay, for bells and whistles I'm going to go in with some, these are like a white, almost a white, not a bright white sequin, but I just added a few here and there, and that's my project for today. Love the little Happy Trail stamp set. Oh, I did go over my little campfire with my Wink of Stella clear shimmer pen, just to give it a little bit of sparkle. But that's my project for today. I hope you liked it. Now here's some close-ups of the project. So cute. And then I'm going to show you the second project I made that is the downloadable tutorial for the Club Kit subscribers. This is Happy Camper Marshy. I think she turned out so cute. And I used silver mirror cardstock to cut out the little camper, almost like it was one of those silver bullet trailers or campers, but I thought it was so fun. But thanks so much for joining me, guys. I hope you are excited about this kit coming out, and again, links will be below in case you're interested. But have a fantastic day, and we will see you again real soon. Bye-bye.